Hi, I'm Doug Wimbish. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. Check it out.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. We're coming to you today from the Kala booth at the 2018 Summer NAMM Show, Nashville, Tennessee, with our old friend Doug Wimbish. Hey Doug.
Hey, what's up, John?
It was great running into you, and we just started by saying hello, what's going on, and you immediately got very excited telling me about the WimBash. Now I know that's something that you've been doing for a few years now, but this one coming up in particular you are especially excited about. Why don't you tell us why?
Right. Well, this is the 53rd WimBash that we've done. And
how the hell old are you, man?
And my wife, Diane Nielsen, and I, and the former mayor of West Haven, Ed O'Brien, are partnering, and we partnered together, and we've actually found a way to help out the New Haven school system to be able to get musical instruments into the hands of the kids. And the backstory is a graduating class at Yale University gave a gift to the city of New Haven. And that gift was coming up with money to provide, to give the teachers in the city of New Haven. So they got some money, put it together, gave a gift to the city of New Haven. We'd like this money to go for music teachers. And in this event, they have the teachers, but right now a lot of cities are skint and they don't have money for the instruments. So when I heard that, I was, we have to do something. So we got together and said, let's have a WimBash in New Haven, August 18th, to raise money and instruments for the city of New Haven public schools to put instruments into their hands. And that's kind of what's going on.
There's so much that we take for granted. A lot of us grew up with a piano in the house and music lessons, and that's just not available to more people than we might realize.
We were fortunate, John, and now with the funding being depleted from a lot of the of the states and the local cities and the communities, it's very difficult for kids to be able to have music lessons, and I'm not happy to hear that. And it's easy to sit down and say, oh well, let somebody else solve that problem. It's gonna get fixed. It's not gonna get fixed unless you take the time to figure out a way to go to the community and volunteer to do some community service to help work with some of the kids. Whether if you're a musician or if you're a person that has access to getting some instruments, then please take the time to go into the community and see what you can do to make a change. So we're just trying to help out, the kids, because I was fortunate when I grew up, there was music programs in the schools, whether you liked it or not. You take it for granted. Whether you took a class or not, doesn't matter. You still had it there. And now I look and see not only is funding going away for music programs, but for the arts and even for sports. So, with great, sponsors, we've been able to put together a way to pull off a festival and raise money for the kids. And we have a 501c3 that's set up so that people can do donations and you can write it off, for your taxes and stuff. So we found a way to make it simple and easy for everybody. So if you're a person that has a saxophone that's sitting around doing nothing, then donate it to somebody that could use it. There's a lot of community centers, there's a lot of organizations that are around where you can actually, help somebody out by just donating an instrument. On another note, I'm just coming from the Dominican Republic, and we did a WimBash there last weekend. There we brought a young prodigy guitarist, Brandon Taz Niederhauer, and his drummer Raghav to come and work with the kids. And it was great. We brought their families down, Diane and I, and we're working with a project called the Dream Project. This organization has been helping to give kids an education for quite a few years. We met some of the folks that are setting it up a few years ago, and I went down there and just volunteered to help out and just see what was going on. I just said I'd like to meet the kids. Matter of fact, let me just show them my bass and some instruments that I have. So I just went into a class and let the kids see my bass, and Another Eric Gales was with us, and he had his guitar. One of the kids took the guitar and flipped it around, and he had the strings facing his body. He didn't know how to hold the guitar.
Well, isn't Eric Gales a lefty?
He's a lefty.
Well, does he string it like a lefty, or
Yeah,
does
but
he?
what I'm saying is, as you should play a bass, you would think. But what happened
I
was,
guess it wouldn't have mattered to the kid.
It wouldn't have mattered to the kids because they don't know how to hold or play a guitar. So at that point, we had such fun just hanging out with the kids. There was one of the teachers that was there that used to play, didn't play for a while, and he said, I was so inspired what you guys did with the kids. I want to go out and buy a few guitars. So we bought a few guitars for the kids, and now, fast forward a few years later, we started a music school down there from out of scratch, just going there and contributing our time. Now there's 250 kids in that music school. 2 of the kids are now in the Dominican Republic Conservatory, all starting from us going down there and just spending a moment with the kids. Nothing else.
What's particularly admirable and inspiring is the WimBash is not, hey, I'm Doug Wimbish, look at me. It's about a cause and what can I do to help and what can we do to solve some of these problems. So we commend you for that, Doug. Thank you.
I'm not the architect, I'm the recipient. I had elders to help me through life, to help navigate me. So I just feel like look, just do it. If it's really about doing something, just do it. Every day I wake up, I have to walk over to my bass. It's not going to walk over to me. If I don't do that, it's not going to get done. So it's the same thing with whatever you want to do in life, just do it. A lot of people want so much. It's like, man, I wish I had more. I have a big glass, but it's not filled up with everything I need. Well, I'm like, take that glass and pour it into a smaller glass, and now the glass is filled up. If that's what it takes, So my point is, just spend time with the next generation. Donate your time. Donate some money. If you don't have any money, go into the community service. If you have talent or some skills, show the kids some instruments. And then we'll all be able to keep this event going on for more and more generations, because if the next generation doesn't have the opportunity to do that, then this might all disappear.
What a great message. Speaking of this event, I did mention that we're at the Kala booth.
Yes, we are.
And I know you play the bass, but you also play the Kala U bass. And I know we've talked about that before, but tell us again why you like the Kala U bass. It's so neat. It's such a cool thing, and people just can't believe how big of a sound comes out of such a little instrument. Tell us about why you like the Kala U bass.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head. Such a big sound comes out of a very small instrument. I picked it up one day and played it, and I couldn't believe not only how great it sounded, but how comfortable I was playing the instrument. And instruments gives you inspiration, in a sense. And as soon as I started playing it, I started being inspired to kind of just play certain bass lines, because it's a very simple and small scale instrument, so it makes you kind of focus on a certain range. For me, it does. I don't know about anybody else. But I had so much fun playing it. And when I plugged it in, it was a fat sound. And then when just playing it acoustically, it sounds great. So it gives me the opportunity to sit around and have an instrument to play that's not, full scale, and I can bring it around and just hang out, and I'm always able to fiddle with the instrument. It made it the instrument that I fiddle around with, and also playing it at a gig, it sounds really, really great. And when you break this little thing out at a gig after playing a big instrument, it's kind of like shock and awe.
Easy on the shoulder, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's easy on the shoulder. But honestly, it's a great instrument. I think whoever R&D, they did an excellent job, and the sound is brilliant. And it's the fact that they offer it up with the rubber strings, more or less, if that's what you call it, and stainless steel strings. I like both sounds. I like the characters that both of those strings produce, but mainly the instrument just sounds great. Yeah. It really, really does. So I'm very happy to play it.
Yeah. Other than the WimBash and all the things that you described, what else is on the horizon for you? What's coming up in the future?
Living Colour. We are going to be going out doing some shows this summer. We're playing the Newport Jazz Festival. I believe that's August 3rd.
Jazz?
Well, jazz is what you make it now. A lot of the jazz festivals have all different styles of music, like Newport Jazz Festival. New Orleans Jazz Festival, you'll see anybody there.
right.
So it's the name necessarily is associated with jazz and it's jazz musicians playing, but the contrast in the lenses opened up for more styles of music to be a part of these events. So we're doing that, and then Living Colour and Fishbone are going to embark on a tour at some point, hopefully this year.
Norwood Fisher?
Yeah, Norwood Fisher is a good friend, and
Just interviewed him not too long ago.
yeah. So we're
He sat and ate during the whole interview.
We're in the works of pulling something off. Where we're looking to go to do a few shows together in the very near future. So we've been working on that for a while, and it looks like it's starting to come together. Stay tuned.
All right. Well, geez, Doug Wimbish, I just can't help but feeling uplifted and good when I'm around you. I'm so glad I ran into you.
Thank you, brother.
Congratulations on everything that you're doing, and I think we can all be inspired by all the things that you've done and are doing and will do. So keep it up, and a lot of people will be a lot better off for it. So thank you for that.
Thank you, brother, and congratulations to your son going to Berkeley. Adam,
Adam, yes.
Adam,
Leafman.
fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. The next generation is moving forward, and I'm so happy that my nephew's got a scholarship to Berkeley, and Uncle Dougie's right down the road, so you can come and hang out with me for a while.
Sounds good. All right.
Peace.
On location with our uncle, cousin, brother, Doug Wimbish at the Collar booth at the 2018 Summer NAMM Show, Nashville, Tennessee. I'm John Liebman. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.